Good morning. I just was looking at you all. I just went like this and let my eyes drift over you while Brian was finishing playing. You're beautiful. You are absolutely beautiful. Welcome to Kitsap Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Whoever you are and wherever you come from, for this time we here are one gathered congregation and all are welcome. In my script, I write that in all caps, just so you know. Our musical call to worship will be led by Brian Watson and the choir, and just keep your eyes on Brian. He'll indicate when it's time for you to rise to sing with us.
We are here. We are here with our courage. Will carry us through, yes it will, yes our love for each other will carry us through. We are here with our courage, our love for each other will carry us through, yes it will. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. Let's do it again. We are here, with our courage. Our love for each other will carry us through. Yes, it will. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. Yes, it will. Yes, our love for each other will carry us through. Yeah!
That's what we're talking about. My name is Liz Roberts, and I use she, her pronouns. We're asked to do a brief self-description to help people who might not see as well as others. I have dark hair. I wear glasses. This morning I'm wearing a floral blouse and pink sweater. My family and I have been coming to KUUF for many years now. This is the place we've turned to in times of great joy and in times of need. KUUF and you are my spiritual home, and I'm honored to worship with you this morning on this first Sunday of spring. I know, right? Our guest speaker this morning is Reverend Jenny Zappala. She earned her ordination from Sacred Well Congregation, as well as a second ordination from Cherry Hill Seminary this year. She has a special interest in bread and roses because she has family roots in Lawrence, Massachusetts, the place that is central to today's story and service. A Puget Sound native, Reverend Jenny moved back to Bremerton last fall and is happy to be home in the Pacific Northwest, even in the rain. We strive to be an inclusive community. If you're visiting with us this morning, please participate as you feel comfortable. You are invited to stay after the service to meet people during our coffee hour. If you're attending online today, please know that you're welcome to introduce yourself in the chat. So I'd like to call your attention to our sheet of announcements. This half sheet is in your order of service. And we list events today, but also in the upcoming week. And on the back, there's sort of the monthly calendar, so you can get a picture of that. Of special note today is the new to KUUF conversation taking place at 11:45 in the Elmore room, right outside these north doors. If you're new to KUUF, or even if you've been here a while and you wonder, just what is this UU or Unitarian Universalism all about? Maybe you want to know more about this fellowship in particular. This would be a great time for you to meet others and to get your questions answered. Also today, after service, right here in the sanctuary, is a sign-making workshop in preparation for next Saturday's No King's Day. For more announcements about Kitsap UU Fellowship activities, please see our weekly email newsletter, The Candle. Now, take a moment Silence your electronic devices that you don't need to be monitoring for our time together. Will you join me now in taking a few centering breaths? We acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the Aboriginal territory of the Suquamish people. Expert fishermen, canoe builders, and basket weavers, the Suquamish live in harmony with the lands and waterways along Washington's Central Salish Sea, as they have for thousands of years. Here, the Suquamish live and protect the land and waters of their ancestors for future generations, as promised by the Point Elliott Treaty of 1855.
Good morning. We are here. What a beautiful day to be together. Are you experiencing the signs of spring? This weekend, the world tipped from the frigid cold of winter into the growing warmth of spring. The vernal equinox 2 days ago signified the moment the sun crossed the celestial equator, creating nearly equal lengths of day and night worldwide, bringing warmer weather and longer days ahead in the northern hemisphere. It's a magical day indeed. Today, we're taking a step back in time into a winter of misery 114 years ago that gave way to joyous solidarity. I invite you to pay attention and find the lessons of love in this story most meaningful to you. With that, I offer these opening words. To remind ourselves what is real, by Elena Westbrook. In a world ravaged by violence, by hatred, by conflicts that seem eternal and insoluble, sometimes the only thing we can do is be still for a moment, to remind ourselves what is real. The sun that rose this morning, the dirt under our feet, the wind, the air whispering in and out of our lungs. This hour, try just to be present in each moment as it unfolds. Your simple attention is what makes these moments holy. Blessed be.
We welcome Josie Russell to light our chalice this morning. Josie's in the 3rd grade, and she enjoys being involved in 4-H with her guinea pigs, Guinea and Winnie, and with Lego robotics, as well as being a bear in Cub Scouts. Her favorite animal is the beaver, because beavers do things to help the environment. Join me now in lighting our chalice. Our words are from Jennifer McLaughlin's poem, Like the First Hint of Green. As the first hint of green begins to peek through the barren ground, as the little sprig grows into a healthy stem, as that stem grows into a stalk and forms a bud, as that bud slowly opens with each new day to form a yellow daffodil. Let us be like that first hint of green, renewed by the warmth of the sun's rays, and ready to emerge with a new energy, ready to face the day. We light this chalice to bring a glimmer of that warmth into our space. Hello, we all know where the chalice hangs out anyways, in your heart. Please join me now in our spoken affirmation. We gather as a caring community, seeking life's deeper meanings. We value diversity and affirm the worth of all living things. We strive to speak truth in love, to act for justice, to grow in spirit, and to care for the earth. We celebrate with open hearts and minds the creative power that sustains and transforms us. Please rise in body or spirit to join in singing this joy by the Resistance Revival Chorus. The choir will be leading us in this song.
Tiffany will be calling out the lyric changes, so just listen and follow along. You've got this.
It is a full house this morning. We've got people coming in the doors trying to find seats. It's a great problem to have. Okay, we got some, just so the ushers know, there's some seats over there, they said. There's like onesies popped in the middle everywhere. Front row, all newcomers, everybody that comes in late and is new loves to walk up front. I know. Good morning. My name is Melinda Hughes. I'm the director of Lifespan Faith Formation. This morning I'm wearing my chunky black glasses. I have reddish hair, and I'm wearing a long sleeve maroon sweater. This month, the children, Creativity Matters groups, and Chalice circles have been exploring the power of paying attention. Today is World Water Day, and we're going to be focusing on the power of paying attention to our relationships with water. World Water Day reminds us and invites us to pay attention to the fact that water is always in relationship with the world around it, often in ways we don't immediately see. Now, some of you might have heard this story before. Whether it's your first time or your 107th time, I invite you to hear the story that asks us to pay attention to water, not just where it ends up, but what it touches along the way. There once was a water bearer in India who had 2 large pots, one hung on each end of a pole that he carried across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, and while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water at the end of a long walk from the stream to the master's house, the cracked pot arrived only half full. For a full 2 years this went on daily, with the bearer delivering only 1.5 pots of water in his master's house. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, perfect to the end for which it was made. But the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection and miserable that it was able to accomplish only half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years of what it perceived to be bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. "I'm ashamed of myself and I want to apologize to you." The bearer asked, "Why? What are you ashamed of?" The pot replied, "For these past 2 years, I am able to deliver only half of my load because this crack in my side causes the water to leak out all the way back to your master's house. Because of my flaws, you don't get full value for your efforts." The water bearer felt sorry for the old cracked pot, and in his compassion he said, "As we return to the master's house, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the path." As they went up the hill, the old cracked pot took notice of the sun warming the beautiful wild flowers on the side of the path, and this cheered it somewhat. But at the end of the trail, it still felt bad because it had leaked out half of its load, and so again apologized to the bearer for its failure. The bearer said to the pot, "Did you notice that there were only flowers on your side of the path, but not on the other pot's side? That's because I have always known about your flaw, and I took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walk back from the stream, you've watered them. For 2 years, I have been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table. Without you being just the way you are, he would not have had this beauty to grace his house." Now, this story has many messages, but today I just want to highlight how that crack in the pot, which allowed the water to leak out, allowed those flowers to grow and thrive. The water not only helped to nourish life, but to bring beauty to life.
Thank you, Melinda. As a religious community, together we can do the work of many. By sharing in the sacred act of giving, we transform gratitude into generosity towards our mission. One way that our mission inspires us to act on our shared UU values is to share our weekly offering with a local nonprofit agency, providing services within our larger community. Our charitable giving recipient for the month of March is the Kitsap Black Student Union. If you'd like your offering to go to this month's charitable giving recipient, the Kitsap Black Student Union, please use the envelope that was inside your order of service. If you need an envelope, please raise your hand and an usher will bring you one. If you'd like your offering to go to KUUF, please put it directly into the basket. Instructions on other ways to make your gift, including a QR code, will be on the screen. Let there be an offering to strengthen and sustain our beloved community with a gift of music from our choir, accompanied by music coordinator Brian Kenny and led by choir director Alina Hemingway.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.
Beautiful. Will you please rise and body your spirit to join me in singing our children up to their class? The words for May You Go With Joy will appear on the screens. When shared together, our joys are amplified and our sorrows are lessened. Cassidy Owens shares, her joy is for all of the beautiful spring flowers. Indeed. Cassidy also has a deep sorrow. The deep sorrow is for her sister, whose beloved cat died, followed by the death of a friend who was only 40 and hit by a car, followed by the death of her dog, all in the span of 3 months. And now has lost her other cat to the desert. My heart goes out to her through these trying times. And Cassidy, just know that we are holding you and your family. Yeah. Bonnie Heinrich shares a sorrow. Her partner Archie has been to urgent care every day in the last week to seek answers on why, after surgery 2 weeks ago, he can't yet walk. Bonnie, you and Archie are going to be in our thoughts this week. Brian Watson has a joy for making new friends at the Cookies and Conversation gathering this past Friday night here at KUUF. Many thanks to Aaron Dolan and Megan Shepard for organizing it and making good cookies. Genevieve Emmett shares a joy that her spouse, Nathan Emmett, walked away from a recent car accident with only 2 stitches and a friction burn from the airbag. But she follows up with her sorrow is that their family is now in the market for not 1, but 2 vehicles. And they're playing car juggling for the next few weeks. Karina Gronvol shares, my sister visited from Illinois last week. I have been shamelessly bragging to my family about how wonderful KUUF is since my first visit 3 months ago. So my sister decided to join me for services last Sunday. Like me, she was overwhelmed with the kindness and warmth that she experienced here. When she retires and moves home next year, we will have another new member. Thank you, friends, for making an honest woman of Karina. And Bunny Starika shares, happy first birthday to our littlest, Devin Ray. He is a silly, sensitive, car-loving little guy who loves attention and makes us laugh, even when he's making a mess. Our hearts are so full watching him grow, surrounded by love from his big siblings, family, and community. What a wonderful first year it's been, and here's to many more. And we light one final candle for any of those joys and sorrows that are still too tender to share. Will you please join me in a moment of prayer or intention? With a prayer entitled For All That Is Our Life by Liz Weber. Spirit of life, help us to be present with all that is our life, both our deepest sorrows and our greatest joys, so that we can truly live, engaging fully in our own life and in our community. Spirit of community, help us know how linked we are, how each one of our cares touches us all. Help us to ask for support when we are in need and to offer our support to others when we are able, so that we may rest in the solace of one another's love. Spirit of love, and help us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, so that we might fully embody love and resist hatred. Spirit of resistance, help us stick up for what is right, even when we are tired or afraid. Help us dream of the world as it should be and act to bring that world about. Help us to find hope each day. Spirit of hope, help us through this day and each day. Help us to be present for all that is our life. For all of this we pray. Amen, and blessed be. Please remain seated while we sing our congregational response today, hymn 391, Voice Still and Small.
Voice still and small,
Good morning. My name is Reverend Jenny Zappala, and I use she, her pronouns. I have shoulder-length brown hair that is pulled back. I wear rose-rimmed glasses and have my father's brown eyes. I'm wearing a blue shirt with a spring flower print because hope springs eternal, a tan jacket, and a green stole that shows a cherry tree over my heart. Here is my personal reflection, Lessons in Love. My family challenged me to work for 1 year as a laborer for my first real job. I was 15. I picked my favorite burger joint. Making cheeseburgers. How hard could it be? Do you know what it's like to scrub bacon grease off a tile floor? Yeah. From that year and a half, I remember the people most of all. Kathy, the manager who cooked breakfast on Sundays as a special treat for us. Angelo studied to be an accountant during every break he got. Nina, a grandmother, always smiled. David tried to make ends meet. We suspect he lived in his truck. I learned there are real people in front and behind the counter. The lessons from that first job, including persistence, humor, and gratitude, served me well. That job taught me the importance of bread and roses, as first described by suffragist Helen M. Todd. In 1911, Helen Todd wrote in the American magazine, "Women's vote will go toward helping forward the time when life's bread, which is home, shelter, and security, and the roses of life, music, education, nature, and books, shall be the heritage of every child that is born in the country, in the government of which she has a voice." I have family roots in Lawrence. I've walked along the mighty Merrimack River, beside the mammoth textile mills, and down the Peace Parade routes. I've stood on the block where my great-grandparents lived, the tenement houses now gone. These lessons are important to us, the Bread and Roses strike of 1912. As you listen this morning, I invite you to pay attention to your own experience. Have you waited on someone or walked a picket line? What does Bread and Roses mean to you? Were your loved ones or your ancestors laborers, servers, unionists, or strikers? What did Bread and Roses mean to them? These are the lessons in love we'll explore today. Now, let us enjoy a moment of reflection, followed by post-reflection music. Loud shouts, walkouts, picket lines, police lines, snowballs, long rifles, strike. What year is this? 2026? This is the winter of 1912. The Bread and Roses strike of 1912 began on January 11th when a group of immigrants, mostly Polish women, marched out of some of the largest textile mills in the world to protest a pay cut and miserable, dangerous working conditions. Within days, the protest spread from mill to mill until 20,000 workers, men, women, and children, were on strike. The mass protest brought the city of Lawrence, Massachusetts to a standstill for 2 bitterly cold winter months. Despite the freezing temperatures, hunger, politics, and violence that followed, people from 51 nations living together in 7 square miles held fast. The strike was dangerous. Make no mistake. An Italian woman was shot dead. A Syrian boy was stabbed and bled to death. And hundreds were beaten or arrested. A dynamite plot was thwarted. As weeks passed, the tug of war between the working class and the ownership class dominated front pages coast to coast. National journalists tried to understand how the strike could continue in the worst winter since the 1888 blizzard. One seasoned reporter wrote, "I shall not soon forget the curious lift, the strange sudden fire of the mingled nationalities of the strike meetings when they broke into the universal language of song." The Bread and Roses strike was a landmark in U.S. labor history because of its extraordinary organization across ethnic and gender lines. What can we learn from an epic public clash that happened 114 years ago? Let's explore these lessons in love. Most of what you hear today is outlined in the book Bread and Roses, Mills, Migrants, and the Struggle for the American Dream by Bruce Watson. Founded in 1845, Lawrence, Massachusetts started as a planned industrial utopia of parks, shops, schools, and row houses, all dwarfed by some of the world's biggest factories. Built by the Essex Company and industrialists, including Abbott Lawrence, the textile mills, powered by the Merrimack River, needed workers. The richness of humanity came. Lawrence, the city of immigrants, had a cosmopolitan air rarely found outside of Manhattan, from a Syrian church to German tailors. 7 out of 8 residents were foreign-born or the children of immigrants and seeking a specific kind of gold, a new life. But the reality was grim. 86,000 people were crammed into that 7 square miles. Mill owners purposefully recruited a diverse workforce to inflame competition and keep wages low. Workers averaged $9 for a 56-hour work week, approximately $3.30 per hour in today's currency. One mill owner in particular attracted the workers' outrage. Textile tycoon William Madison Wood, the second highest paid executive in the United States. Billy Wood didn't share his millions like Carnegie or Rockefeller. Wood's gift was efficiency. Using bonuses and strict sick leave policies, Billy Wood sped up the looms. Lawrence's mills became the most productive in the country, but speed came with costs. Illness, accidents, and exhaustion. The physical toll, overcrowding, hunger, disease, all of it was devastating. While doctors and ministers lived on the average age of 65 and mill bosses to 58, the average life expectancy for a mill worker was only 39. This utopia had one of the nation's highest infant mortality rates. The child mortality rate was 50% by age 6. As Bruce Watson put it, by 1912, Lawrence was no puritanical politician's dream. It was a powder keg. The spark was lit when the state cut the work week by 2 hours to 54 hours. The mill owners responded by cutting pay by 2 hours a week, about 32 cents. On a Friday afternoon, when the workers got their depleted paycheck, the cascading walkout began. Now, that's only part of the story, says Robert Forant of the Zen Education Project. The strike relied on years of groundwork, including the efforts of 20 active foreign language chapters of the Industrial Workers of the World. You might know them as the Wobblies. Leaning into pluralism, which is a Unitarian Universalist value, became the movement's strength. To maintain unity during the strike, a 56-person leadership committee representing 14 nationalities. Meetings were translated into nearly 30 languages, a Herculean feat considering a quarter of the city's immigrants didn't read. During a Sunday speech, Industrial Workers of the World organizer Joseph Edar, known as Smiling Joe, set the tone of passive resistance. He said, "You cannot win by fighting with your fists against men armed or the militia, but you have a weapon they have not got. You have the weapon of labor, and with that you can beat them down if you stick together." Stick together they did. Soups and songs sustained bodies and souls. Eating together, singing together, and parading together with boisterous bands broke down barriers and gave the movement its other name, the singing strike. The workers organized self-sustaining relief efforts, including soup kitchens and nurseries. Labor rallies, speakers, and front-page headlines across the country unleashed a tidal wave of donations, on average 1,000 to 3,000 per day. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, that would be about $33,000 to $100,000 a day in today's money, all to keep the strike alive. All volunteer militias, meanwhile, with rifles and police on horseback, confronted the parades, protesters, and gawking crowds. Workers invented the moving picket to circumvent the law, claiming they were simply taking a stroll. Women were at the forefront, organizing and protesting loudly. By forging alliance within their tenement blocks, women used collective power to deliver one of the most substantial wins in American labor history. On March 14th, 1912, an agreement was reached. The public pressure had become too great for the mill owners. The workers would get pay increases, time and a quarter for overtime, and a promise of no discrimination against strikers, of which there were many. At a victory rally, Big Bill Haywood of the Industrial Workers of the World, a strike leader and the nation's most feared radical, told the cheering crowd, "You are the heart and soul of the working class. Single-handed, you are helpless, but united, you can win everything." In the end, the legacy of Bread and Roses is ours to make. That legacy is alive today in protests, literature, speeches, and music. James Oppenheim's 1915 poem, later set to music by Caroline Colsatt, has echoed through the years and been performed by artists from Judy Collins to John Denver. On New Year's Day, Lucy Dacus sang this song at the inauguration of New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani, a Democrat socialist. What year is this? 2026. And here is that song. I just would like to highlight the musicians, the singers, the choirs, the players, all of it. Thank you. Thank you. After the service, please join us for coffee, tea, and treats. Also, from the Social Justice Committee, all KUUF members, attendees, and friends are invited to join the No Kings protest on Saturday, March 28th at the Minette Bridge in Bremerton. Please meet at noon at the roundabout on the Minette side of the bridge. It's an opportunity to connect and get to know each other and to voice our opposition to the things happening in the government. I offer these closing words. At age 16, my great-grandmother Rosaria came from Sicily to America. Traveling alone, Rosaria piled her hair high on her head and learned how to smoke so that she could pass through immigration as an adult. She arrived in Lawrence at the start of the strike, maybe not an ideal time. She made the city of immigrants her home and raised a family with her husband, Raphael. Here is a photo of Rosaria and Raphael together. Lawrence is a real home for real people. We are their descendants, all of us. We inherit history and live out legacy. We inherit hope and live out love. Looking through documents from Lawrence's later years, I found the following unsigned poem. Family history. I look over the pile, heaped high and heavy, photos, letters, rings, video, and spaghetti, licenses, documents, all they left behind for all to see, all in a crowd, after all their fights, all their glory, all their tears, one continuous story. And I look on proud of the lives I have strung together out of that pile of stuff for all to see and remember. And I look on proud of all the things they did, and I pray to God above, I do as good as they did. Let us now embody our chalice with these closing words. Go in Peace, Seeking Justice by Jim McGaugh. When I say go in peace, I don't mean go in mindless oblivion. When I say go in peace, I don't mean go without challenging yourself and others. When I say go in peace, I don't mean go in utter ease and comfort. When I say go in peace, I mean go in peace seeking justice. I mean go in peace committed to equal rights and opportunities for all. When I say go in peace, I mean go in peace, the peace that is created when together we build communities of true solidarity, deep compassion, fierce, unrelenting love. Go in peace. Blessed be. Remember, you are loved. During the postlude music, a short video showing photos from the Bread and Roses strike created by Kate Vikstrom will be playing on the screens. Blessed be. Have a good morning.